When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Bruins will put total effort to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll run the RPO and score it right. He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Got a man, it's Frazier. At the 45 on his way. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Crosses the 30, he's got away. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He wants it all. Touchdown, Dogs! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
The great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense, spreading them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting in for the score.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jordan. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. complete. Plows through the defense. Gets it out just short of the 20, out of bounds at the 19-yard line, and a little more room to operate.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Looking downfield, it's Ncaa. The quick out. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
It's complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in perfect weather conditions.
It's a running room. Turning on the Jets. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd, because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. They'll give it to him again. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
The counter run play is really tricky for defenses to stop because it forces you to play with great eye discipline. Everything in pre-snap is telling you the ball's going to the strong side, but now they run it back weak, and they're pulling offensive linemen. This defense better be ready, because this won't be the last time today they see the counter run.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. Touchdown, Bruin! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Branch. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. To the air, it's Stockton. Unloads to the right. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down.
I think this quarterback just has to be careful with his decision-making. Yes, he's one of the most talented guys in the country, but early in this game, we're now seeing him throw the ball into double coverage. He's very lucky that one wasn't picked off.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Finds the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Third down play from the gun. Caught over the middle. It's Branch. He'll get a fresh set it down, stopped at the 31-yard line. The Dogs will snap it on 1st and 10. They just keep firing. Catch in the middle. It's Bell.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react in plays. So this can certainly open things up later.
The Bulldogs in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. A little screen to the running back. Turns it on in midfield. There he goes. He's loose. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. To throw, it's Ncaa. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. They needed a bunch on fourth down, and boy, did they get it.
And I get aggressiveness. We get aggressiveness. We want to be aggressive, take shots down the field. First half, they felt like fourth and long. No big deal, and they get it. I imagine we'll get a few more of those.
Looking for a crease, it's Thomas. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
They'll go with a direct snap. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll run it from the gun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. I think that receiver really had two choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these crow routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm. The receiver found the soft spot in the zone, and man, the quarterback gave him no choice.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Ncaa. Bringing the heat. It's complete. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, UCLA.
And that is a huge touchdown for the offense and also a big momentum shifter in this game because now if they kick the extra point, they tie this game, anything could happen.
And he added the extra point. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Going right to work up top. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Finds his tight end. He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll go back to the ground. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking to throw, it's Stockton. The sure hands, it's Bell. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Makes the catch. It's Bell. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And the Bulldogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the Dogs do.
Sets up the screen, and he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's dealt. Inside the 30. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Pass completion, move the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking left. Got his man. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open route.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Sends it back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Swings it out to his running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to find the end zone. They found a way to get in the rug, but he is stopped short, and it'll be 4th down.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
And as they come to the line of scrimmage here, you can take the lead with a field goal, but a touchdown here gives you extra cushion. Looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll call for the fair catch here. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Makes the grab on the right. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Trying to surge it in. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This is a money play on 3rd and goal. Looking to pass. It's Ncaa. Touchdown, Bruin! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him, and that is the way you finish a first half. And now you got a chance to tie this football game.
for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point is good. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Going for the big play. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback.
He tries to take the top off. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Back to throw, it's Ncaa. Sends it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Now he's going to throw it all the way back across the field. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start.
And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the wideout. They'll open the second half with a run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Dropping back, it's Ncaa. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. With the catch, it's Thomas. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Grab in the backfield. It's Matthews. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bruins come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Now on the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Hey, you know what's really easy? It's easy to say, hey, quarterback, run out there, pitch off of that guy, and now your running back gets to go play one-on-one with somebody else. It's got to all work timing-wise, and the defense did a great job flying up, nowhere to go, make the play, make a quick decision, and you get the fumble and recover it in the backfield.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Fires to the tight end. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They'll try to get it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Branch. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer.
Touchdown, Dogs! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Forced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The defense putting points on the board.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Robinson. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Power football with the run. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. The Bruins pick up the first down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Here's a heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Now, find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He makes the catch. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Looking to throw on first down. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabbed in the middle. It's Branch. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Going over the top. Hits him in stride at the 10. Touchdown, Georgia. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Going deep, and it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Back-to-back possessions, 2 forced turnovers, 2 interceptions. Defenses are salivating. That gets you excited. I'm the next guy trying to make a big play. I'm bragging about it if I've already got 1 pick. But if I'm the other guys, I'm like, wait a minute. I got to get me 1 too.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Frazier.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And the Dogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Stockton. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him move him inside. You see him move him outside. You see him move him in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Pressure coming. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. The Dogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Bell. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. He wants to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Frazier. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on 3rd.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! Quick strike through the air for the score.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. So they take advantage of good starting field position, move the ball 35 yards, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Handoff to the single back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
That's caught. It's Branch. The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Snagged in the middle, it's Thomas. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the done.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Grabbed over the middle, it's Bell. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Fitted in the window for the score.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Starts from their own 25-yard line. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Some misdirection with the counter. There he goes. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Bruins have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He's in open space downfield. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Now the play fake. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. And some room to work. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass and was able to get outside away.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly...
And he throws another interception. Oh, break out the oxygen tanks.
And this is exactly the situation you want to get in as a defense. You got the lead late in the football game. You know they got to throw. And what do? You get to the quarterback, you hit him, and you get pressure on him. And then what happens, Palmer?
Yeah, it's complimentary football, David. No question about it. They're just putting the hammer down right now with the lead. The defense playing accordingly. Now giving it back to their offense for an opportunity to pad this lead even further here as we're in the 4th quarter.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Quickly out to the tight end.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They showed you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop you.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, we get 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Spits it out to the back. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another.
Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice game. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
They'll start this drive going to the air. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Ncaa. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is
a shot toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Final pass falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. Well, some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, "That's just bad."
Bad. Or, as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. Flush this one down the toilet. Move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
Now, I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the players. They need to be able to realize they just didn't do enough. So they've got to turn the page. They've got to go back to work, have a great week of practice, and put out a better effort next week.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.